Hello, this is Spilling the Loyalty. Spilling the Loyalty is a Digitas podcast. I'm co-host Brad Blackmon, Executive Client Lead for Digitas.
And I'm Melissa Berger, Chief Solutions Officer at Digitas. Joining us today for this fantastic, larger-than-life episode live from CES is our best friend, Robin from Fetch.
Hi.
Hello.
So happy to be here.
We're happy that you're here.
Thank you. This was my goal since the first time we met.
Obviously.
This was your goal.
Yes.
Wow.
Being on the most
honored.
famous loyalty podcast. Yay. Just kidding. All right, tell us about yourself. Please give a quick introduction.
Well, hello, I'm Robin Wheeler. I am the proud Chief Revenue Officer of Fetch, and I have been working with my friends here at Digitas since Cannes of this year. I've been with Fetch since June of 2023 and super excited about all of the things that we're partnering on together.
So are we.
Yes.
When we were at Cannes, I think you were our favorite meeting that we had.
Without a doubt.
For sure.
No.
And I don't even need to say the word think. It was our favorite.
Yeah, we loved it. I mean, listen, we love all of our partners, but I think like Brad and I have been aware of the Fetch platform, obviously, for so long. A lot of our clients already use it, but to actually get time with you all and chat through opportunities. And then I feel like it just accelerated. Like we're already like walking down the aisle.
It's true.
Which I love.
Within 6 months.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Wow, it's a really quick engagement. All right, well, let's do a quick catch up. We are just back from holiday. We got thrust into Las Vegas like we do every year. Again, I keep telling everyone I sound like an ogre. This is a Vegas crud.
Great,
Thank you. Smelly cat for all my friends' references. But one of the things I thought first, what was your favorite gift you received?
Oh,
Robin, you first.
I go first? Well, I have to say my Aura ring.
Oh, yeah.
Tech
You finally
girl
did
here,
it.
Tech girl. I need to be watching myself at all times. By the way, I did get a notice today that said, I am under deep stress. That's what my ring said.
That's what it said?
Were you like,
"Leave
hashtag Vegas?
Is this going to cause more anxiety, though, if I get one?
No.
Okay.
Unless you're in Vegas. You have to be aware of the announcement. But I'm super excited about it because it's going to help me stay on track with sleep and exercise and all that good stuff.
Perfect.
Did you stay home or did you go away for the holidays?
I went away. I went away to visit my parents. Nice. So they live in Florida, which is good weather.
That's nice.
But it was a long time with the fam.
Yeah.
But it was nice, I have to say.
I like going away for the holiday. I think it's nice.
Get out.
Yeah,
a
for
little
sure.
beach, little pool, a little sunshine.
Melissa, your
about
favorite
you?
gift?
Okay, so I like a lot of gifts, but no big surprise. Jake gave me an amazing T-shirt that I will share and I will post it. And it has Juniper, my fur daughter's name on it, and then 6 of her photos.
Oh my God.
And it's amazing. And so it's just like Juniper, and of course he used green because it's my favorite color, and it's like 5 or 6 of her faces on this T-shirt. And we have an awesome picture of him holding it up and her looking at herself. And while I got some other wonderful, wonderful things, it was a pretty thoughtful, awesome gift.
Thoughtful.
So go Jake.
Jake
Amazing
for the
gift.
win.
Yes.
And did you stay in Atlanta?
Oh,
or?
yes. I didn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, no.
It was wonderful to
slept
stay
a lot.
home. Well, I tried to sleep, but I still was home in my own bed, so that was great.
Yeah.
All right, you. B.
Okay, the promise of the gift is what I'm more excited about. So
Okay.
the Omnilux LED light thing, right?
Yes.
So, but I didn't realize it was a together gift for me and my wife. But the thing is, I didn't realize is there's a clear version and then there's one for the wrinkles. I wanted the one for the wrinkles, but I just found out we got the clear version for acne, and I don't want that one.
No, was that an accident?
Total accident on my part. I didn't realize the 2 different ones, right? So. The promise of the gift I'm excited about because I've heard amazing things about this.
Wait,
I
so
told you
you
to
have
tell
to get
me.
a new, what do you
I
do?
have to return it and get the one for the wrinkles instead of the clear.
Yeah, you need the
Although I
wrinkles.
do need the clear after Vegas, but still.
We all need the clear.
The promise of this, and I will let you know because everyone I know is loving this mask. And it's the kind that comes under the chin and goes,
Oh, yeah. I've been seeing it on my Instagram feed.
yeah,
They
that's-
want me to buy it, so let me know how
I'll
it
tell
goes.
you. I'll tell you.
I told him that he needs to let me know how it is. I'm very curious.
Well, we had the wand thing for a while, but now I want the whole thing.
Well,
whole
we're going to
thing.
be able to tell.
Yeah,
we're
for
gonna,
sure.
We're going to see him and be
I know.
like, where are your wrinkles?
When we're together next.
You don't have any wrinkles. You don't
Yes,
have
I
any
do.
wrinkles.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad we all had a good holiday, but I will tell you what, coming here the first week of January is, every year we say the same thing. We're like, oof, I wish this was a little later in January.
It,
Oh
for
my
some
gosh.
reason, really snuck up this year.
Yeah, this year was more brutal than
last
normal.
year it was a week later.
That
was the thing. And then they moved it back to its original time frame. So literally we're like landing and like, oh, it hit you in the face. But
It's wild.
yeah, listen, we're lucky to be here.
Yeah,
And
like
we're
to be here.
almost at the end.
I know.
I know.
We've almost made it.
Well, let's dive into all the great work that we've been talking about. Okay, so we're back live at CES. crazy week. And, you know, we've had a lot of great Digitas content here. So everyone, please go to our LinkedIn page. We've done a LinkedIn live show every single day. Great insights about CES products, innovations, everything, and for our clients, which I love. But we're so excited to have you joining us today for so many different reasons. We've become fast friends in addition to being colleagues. Many of our listeners know Fetch, right? I'm guessing, with the volume that you all have. But can you just give a brief overview for anyone who's living under a rock?
I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
A rock for sure.
Yes.
Fetch is America's rewards platform.
America's rewards.
Okay, we are the platform. Every single day, consumers are coming to Fetch to find out where should they be shopping, where should they be eating, what should they be buying, so that they can earn Fetch points. They love Fetch points. They're passionate about it. They're uploading 11 million receipts a day, both physical.
11 million.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Physical and digital.
You told that to us before, and I couldn't believe it.
11 million. And on average, the consumer scans 88% of their purchases. So about 30 receipts a month.
So
which
they're
is like
engaged.
one a day.
They're
Very engaged.
Yeah.
It's a 360 view of where they're buying. It's not just one retailer or the other. It's all of them. So it gives us a really unique view of the consumer that we then use to go target precisely to help our partners and brands really drive, incremental outcomes. So the consumers take all those points and then they redeem them for gift cards. But it's again the passion that they have for that currency that we have that drives that behavior that enables us to be really smart with how we bring that to our partners.
Awesome. Love it.
Download it if you don't have it. It's free and it's fun.
Well, and I love that it's like toothpaste to travel, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I love that it's not just, I think a lot of people probably have a misnomer that it's more about like you're buying your toothpaste and your toothbrush and your toilet paper after our conversation yesterday, lol. But it's also all different other types of products, brands, verticals, which I love.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. So now that our listeners understand Fetch, so what, Robin, you and the team, what are your focus here when you're at CES? Like, what are you doing? I'm sure you have meetings back to back with all these amazing brands, but what is your focus while you're here?
That's exactly right. It's been, as we've discussed, a whirlwind. I think a lot of people are back this year. It feels like extra vibrant, if you will, which is great. It's like almost like people were talking about it yesterday. It's pre-2020 levels now. We're like back, baby, which is really good. A lot of excitement. Everyone's talking about measurement and data and all the good things that, we can do. But we're meeting with, you're exactly right. My team's job is to bring as many brands as possible into the app to give the best experience to the consumers. And then to, of course, drive, outcomes and performance for our brand partners. So we're out here doing stuff like this. Thank you for the invite. To meeting with clients of all different, shapes and sizes to help them understand the value that we can bring. We actually did kind of announce, we had some news that we announced this week as well. We commissioned a study with Nielsen around MMM because, of course, that's like the metric in marketing.
Wait for that.
And we have our own proprietary measurement, but this allows us to give a level playing field to show how do we stack up against other channels, print, digital, online, social. And the results came back that we were the most efficient channel across all of those. And then
that's incredible.
That we also helped those channels drive even more sales when we were paired with them. So 1 + 1 = 3 when you add Fetch. So we're excited about that. We're excited about what that means for our partners.
And this is an awesome environment too to say, okay, here's our current clients we have.
Yep.
And then here's prospective. Like here's the people that can learn from the case studies, whether it be CPG or whatever around the board. So
exactly.
Awesome. I'm sure you're busy because you're such an amazing brand.
We're trying to get out there. Thank you. We're trying to get our name out there.
I know. And, you and I now have been on several panels and things together, which I love. I'm like, I'll bring you with me. You bring me with, with you.
Yes.
Yes. We had a great one yesterday on from clicks to connections. And, you and I talked with Amy and your team the other day around how do we get from an ad to a purchase more quickly.
Yeah.
And, it's just a different version of the clicks to connections. But it's really interesting about with all the data you all have, being able to pull people through to drive that deeper relationship, which is what every brand really wants. Big L loyalty.
I love the Big L.
Big L.
That is a Berger thing from 3 years ago for me.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Because we talked about it yesterday. Because a lot of the marketers out there were like, well, everything we do is loyalty, which is true. Mm-hmm. That is true.
It is true.
But then there's also a second deeper level,
That's
little
exactly
L, right? That can also drive meaningful outcomes.
They're both important.
That's a perfect lead into what we've been talking about for our partnership too, because not every brand needs their own loyalty program. Brad and I, loyalty experts, we are never going to say every brand needs their own program.
No,
it's not always financially worthwhile, right? So we've been chatting for a while about our partnership, again, ever since our Love Connection in Cannes. I know I've said this before, but I love that Fetch can be your entire strategy. It can also be a piece of your strategy. So brands, if you have a loyalty program, you can still work with Fetch,
yes, you can.
There are so many different ways you can reward with points. It doesn't have to just be a purchase, which I also love. So I think there's so many different ways you're using it. And I really wanted to think about, how you guys play across commerce, media, loyalty, perfect for our networked partnerships conversation. So, let's talk a little bit about what you and I and Amy discussed recently.
Well, first and foremost, I love the networked experiences approach because all of them are connected. And you guys have really been first to market with that, right? Like they can't live in silos. They're all interconnected and they all play off of each other. When we met in Cannes, I'll never forget what you said. It was like, it just is stuck in my head because it just speaks to how relevant CRM, loyalty is today. You said that when you pitch for, in the past, when you would do pitches with clients, CRM was like a line item and now it's pages and it's really
it's like a bullet.
I think that's so amazing. And now, brands understand like this is critical to the future. Everyone, I talk to marketers all the time. They're like, we're tired of just borrowing share, race to the bottom on price and losing them. It's really about building long-term brand loyalty over time. And how can we do that? And I do think Fetch is really well positioned to do that, to help you both acquire and retain. And so this is what we talked about is how do we take our platform and put it to work in a way that's a little more turnkey? Because I think loyalty is very overwhelming and what's the word I'm looking for? And it's scary. It's kind of scary to brands because they think it's a huge undertaking. And so to exactly your point, it's expensive. They might not be getting the results that they want. But Fetch already has the consumers to the tune of 12 million monthly and growing that are coming to the platform every day, as we discussed, to find out what they should be buying. Why not build into that experience so that you don't have to go and stand up your own experience and then drive people to that? Capture them within our experience and help them not only buy your products once, but buy more than one product within that portfolio and continue to do it over time. So what we've talked about is how can we create a loyalty light experience on Fetch that Digitas can help you kind of stand up super seamlessly.
I love that. And, we've talked a lot about our point of view on CRM and loyalty at Digitas. Thank you to Brad, is addressable relationships. So it's not a channel. It's not email. It's not SMS. It's truly any addressable channel. If we know who you are, it's CRM. And so Loyalty Light is such a great kind of addition under the addressable relationships because of the fact that your platform is already a networked experience, which we absolutely love.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So Robin, you mentioned earlier about the treasure trove of data that Fetch has. What would surprise you most, or our listeners most, about consumers today?
Yes. So as I mentioned, we're seeing like 30 receipts on average per user a month. They're scanning from the dry cleaners, from the movie theater, the gas station, the retailers. So we really have that 360 view. $179 billion of annual GMV is what we have our view into. Which,
I didn't know that stat. That's
isn't that
amazing.
Crazy? If we were a retailer, like a real retailer with a brick and mortar, we would be third behind Walmart and Amazon.
I mean, come on.
And it's crazy. So that's exactly right. Like, okay, well, what are we seeing? The thing is like, what is the most surprising is that it's not surprising. The hunt for value continues, really, as we look back we did kind of a review of 2024. Private label up 15%, not surprising, as consumers are looking for value. That was led by Great Value. Shout out to Walmart team. That actually drove their spend per trip as well. That was very, impactful in doing that. The club retailers actually saw a decline in spend per trip because we saw a lot of those customers shifting into value channels. And then on the QSR side, a lot of the growth and the drivers of increased trip and spend per trip were from things like McD's value, the Taco Bell $5 fill up, and other kind of value driving products.
Wow. Those are incredible stats. And I, as you and I have talked more and more, the other thing that I thought was really interesting is just some of the like penetration for the portfolio brands too, which I love because listen, like some of these CPG companies have 30, 40, 50 brands. That is difficult as you think about trying to cross-sell. So like Fetch is a really easy solve for cross-sell.
I love that. Thank you for the tee up. You're exactly right. I would say portfolio is kind of our bread and butter.
Yeah.
Because exactly to that point, you can leverage your hero brand that you've already got penetration with and then use that to incentivize consumers to then expand within the portfolio. We've, worked with some partners in the past on running their loyalty experiences within our app, and we've seen that has been really successful in getting folks from, say, 3 of their products in the portfolio to then 7.
Yep.
And so leverage that kind of mindset and help kind of, you can structure the offer in a way that's going to drive that specific behavior.
Definitely. I think it's really interesting. All right. So since we are on spilling the loyalty, we love the fact that Fetch actually helps brands deepen relationship with consumers, no matter the product, vertical, consumer type, which is fantastic. What do you think is the most differentiating part of Fetch?
Ooh. So we've all been in advertising a long time,
A
right?
long time.
I don't want to say
You
how many
haven't
years.
been in it.
I've been using that deluxe micro
I
thing.
know.
I'm just kidding.
Omnilux.
Advertising is by nature interruptive, right? You're watching TV, you're reading the news, you're talking to friends on social, and then boom, here comes an ad.
Yep.
Even if it's relevant, it's still an interruption. On Fetch, literally the brands are the content. There is no app without brands within the app, which is kind of great for my job because the more we bring in, the better the experience for the user. So it's all super, closely tied.
Yep.
But that also translates to the mindset that the consumer is in when they're on the platform, is that they're literally looking for brands. And I think that's one of our biggest differentiators as you look at the media and marketing space. This is, you're not interrupting. You're bringing the joy to the consumer. We say on Fetch, brands are the center of joy.
I like that
couldn't
too.
be more true. Yeah, because you know what? Who was saying it yesterday in our meeting about delight?
Yes.
If you don't delight the consumer at the onset, you've lost them.
Yes.
Somebody else will delight them, right?
That's exactly right.
There was another research thing that came out too that joy is going to be the word that people clamor for in 2025. So there's something interesting for that too. I think people are trying to manifest, So
happiness. Oh yeah, because
Yeah, all the things.
More joy, please.
Okay, Robin, one last question for you before Melissa closes us out. So what is an example of innovation you've implemented that has deepened customer loyalty in a big way?
Oh, okay. I think I kind of alluded to this already, but we worked with a large CPG manufacturer who said, look, we know it's expensive. We know it's hard. How can you help us build our loyalty program? And to Melissa's earlier point, we don't have to be your only loyalty program. We can help supplement it. But in this particular instance, we do run their entire program. And the goal is, hey, we need to get more data and consumer insights, right? What are our consumers buying? What are they purchasing? And so part of this experience is when you're in Fetch, you can join this loyalty club. You get better offers, more rich offers, like higher value. You opt in, you're getting content. So there's like recipe content and all kinds of fun stuff. And as a result, the client is driving significant retention for folks in that club. And they are not only coming back and purchasing more than the general consumer, they're purchasing more brands within that portfolio.
Yeah.
So it's helping to really achieve their goals and objectives. And then, of course, like leveraging the power of that first party data.
Yeah. I think it's a great like brand demand story too, right? Because for, this huge CPG company, this is one, you're helping them like shift some of their media spend, right? As it relates to being on Fetch platform in order to drive some of that. So it's, if you're doing a great job from a brand perspective, let's drive them down the funnel, but then you're able to drive that increased spend and cross portfolio, which I just love. So again, it's, a lot of brands, it's talking about your media spend, but at the end of the day, this is a very worthwhile shift of your media spend onto the Fetch platform.
Thank you.
With everything. You're welcome.
Well said.
Yeah,
and
you're
trackable,
welcome.
right?
Yes.
It's trackable. It's very trackable. It's
Right.
determinable. deterministic
Most of these
data.
brands have coupon strategies anyway. So it's like leverage this platform that it has how many consumers? So 12 million
12
active
million, yep,
monthly
active.
But how many consumers total are signed up for Fetch?
Over 52
Wow. It's
million.
incredible. Incredible. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us as always. We appreciate you bringing all these amazing Fetch insights to us here at CES. And to all of our listeners, thank you so much for listening in. Make sure you join our Digitas CES webinar. That is going to be on Friday, January 24th from 12 to 1 EST. You can find all the information on our LinkedIn channel or check out our website for more info. So join us there. Signing off here from CES. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.